Hey, where are you now, love? It's been a while since you left. Did you make a stop at 7 to 11 or something?
Why would I go there?
Remember we had plans to go to the movies today? If we don't leave soon, we won't make it. The movie starts in a few hours.
Oh, right, that. You expect me to be in the mood to watch a movie? That's the last thing on my mind right now.
Okay, sorry, but I have no clue what you're talking about. Did something happen?
Why would I want to go to the movies with you? If you want to go so badly, why don't you go alone? There's no way I'm coming back home.
What are you talking about? Are you not coming home? Where did you go? Wait, oh my God, James. Not this again. Did you leave? Again.
What do you mean again? I can do whatever I want. I'm your husband, I can leave whenever I want to.
But why now? It's the weekend. We promised that we'd spend some time together. I was looking forward to this. I booked a ticket for us last.
For Chris's sake, shut up, Ethel. This isn't about your stupid weekend plans. Going to the movies with you is the last thing I want to do right now. You're the reason I'm feeling like crap right now, to begin with.
I'm the reason? Jesus, James, are we doing this again? What are you saying I did this time?
Wow. I can't believe that tone. You really have no clue? You disrespected me. You made me feel like nothing. You're my wife, Ethel. You should know better than to treat your husband like this.
Jesus, James, what are you talking about? When did I disrespect you?
You're a housewife, living off of online money. Who the hell do you think you are acting like this? You seriously don't remember? Whose money bought those movie tickets? Ha! My money, Ethel, my money.
Wait. Just relax for a second. I want to understand you, but not when you're acting like this. I genuinely have no idea what you're upset about. I don't remember doing anything to you. That would make you want to leave the house like this. And I would never do anything to disrespect you. I care about you. If something happened, it was not intentional.
Oh God, save me. I can't believe I have to explain this to you. And stop acting all holier than thou. You forgot to make the freaking iced tea.
Excuse me? The iced tea?
Iced tea. My iced tea. Ring a bell? You know I have to drink iced tea every morning with my breakfast. You should know that as my wife. That's the least you could do.
Oh my God, from this morning? This is what you're upset about? Look, I guess I understand that you might be upset that I forgot, but... Are you seriously telling me you're leaving me? Because you're pissed off that I didn't make your morning iced tea? Are you being serious right now?
And are you being serious right now? Why can't you understand why I'm mad? You literally have no clue what you did, do you?
No. I genuinely don't. You're not making any sense right now. I think you're being a little melodramatic right now, babe.
Don't try to gaslight me. You messed with your husband's daily routine. I have every right to be pissed off with you. It's your responsibility as a housewife to make sure that doesn't happen. Don't you get how problematic that is?
God, James. I'm not trying to gaslight you. I'm just saying this is something we should discuss in person. How does forgetting to make iced tea make me problematic?
It makes you problematic. Because when I reminded you to make the iced tea this morning, you talked back at me. You told me I should leave the bottle out if you want me to make it for you.
I wasn't talking back at you, I was just asking you to do your part. I wanted to tell you not to put back the bottle if it's practically empty. I know that you have zero interest in making the iced tea yourself. So I wanted you to leave the bottle out on the counter when it's empty. It's the least you can do. I do so much around the house already.
Shut up, Ethel, don't make this about you. It's your job to check on stuff like that. If the tea's running low, you should know when to refill it. You can't even do something as simple as that, can you?
Do you not hear how insane you sound right now?
Wow. I'm shocked. I thought you'd be apologetic, but I thought wrong. Can't you even apologize to your husband?
Does this situation actually warrant an apology, though? I feel like you're making a big deal out of this. I'll remember next time. Okay?
Of course, it does. Do whatever you want, though. I'm not coming home until you apologize to me. When you're ready to say sorry to me, you can message me.
James, come on. Just calm down. Let's talk this through like adults. We don't have to do this.
I left the divorce papers by the door. They're signed on my end. If you don't want to apologize to me, you can go ahead and sign the papers and hand them in at the district office yourself. I'm not interested in dealing with you or your attitude anymore.
Divorce papers? Again. How many times are you going to threaten me with divorce? Every single time. James, this is getting out of hand. Every single time we get into a fight, you storm out of the house. Get all worked up and shove those papers in my face.
Shut up, Ethel. I'll print as many divorce papers as I want to. If you didn't piss me off so much, I wouldn't have to ask for a divorce each time. Don't get upset at me for something you caused. You better come up with a good apology while I'm gone. If not, you'll never see me again.
Ethel, this is Patricia. I hear you've managed to upset my son again. He just showed up at our house. I hope you're happy with yourself. Running your husband out of his house on a Sunday morning.
Oh God, I knew it. I'm sorry he's bothering you again. We got into another argument, and he stormed out of the house this morning.
Seriously, Ethel, you've got to get a handle on yourself. I shouldn't have to involve myself in you and James's marital affairs. Imagine how shocked I was to hear the doorbell ringing so early in the morning.
I'm sorry, Patricia. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I'm honestly as surprised as you are. Could you please do me a favor? Just so that you don't have to deal with something like this again. Could you maybe ignore James the next time he comes over like this?
You want me to ignore my son?
I don't necessarily mean ignore. It's just that every time we fight, he packs his bags and runs off to you. He doesn't give me a chance to have a serious conversation with him. We just end up having the same fight over and over again. And I'm beginning to think that part of the problem is that he thinks he can run away to you the moment he gets upset about something.
So you want me to keep him out of his own house?
Yeah, I know this is a lot to ask. But it would mean a lot if you would consider helping me.
Why on earth would I help you do something so cruel to my son? I was wondering what this favor was going to be about. But there was no way I could have predicted it would be something so vindictive. Do you understand what you're asking me to do? You want me not to help my son. Ethel, honestly, I'm disappointed. How could you do this to your own husband?
But Patricia, with all due respect, I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, really? I heard everything from James. I hear you forgot to make his favorite iced tea.
I didn't forget to make his iced tea. In fact, he never told me to make anything. How could I have known he wanted me to do something if he didn't bother mentioning it? I'm not a mind reader.
Oh, wow. This is just wonderful, isn't it? Why can't you just admit that you were in the wrong? That's your duty as a wife.
I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. I'm not going to apologize for something like this.
I didn't think you were the type of person that can't accept their wrongdoings. I thought you were better than that. I honestly don't know why James chose someone like you.
Wrongdoing? Are you serious? Since when does not making iced tea qualify as wrongdoing?
This is entirely, and most definitely, your fault. This situation could have been avoided if you remembered your duty as a housewife. It's your job to make sure your husband is comfortable in his home. Your forgetfulness and negligence are what created this mess.
Not you too. I can't believe this is happening. I didn't do anything wrong. This is outrageous.
James says he'll come home if you apologize to him. So, can you please apologize and resolve this situation? He's being quite understanding by considering reconciliation.
Why should I apologize for something minor?
It seems like you're not showing any remorse for your actions. If that's the case, maybe we can work on a more sincere apology.
I understand you're James's mother, but your request seems a bit excessive.
Well, I would like you to come over and have a heartfelt conversation with my son. I'd appreciate it if I could witness your apology. I won't be able to move past this without seeing you reconcile with my son.
Are you seriously asking me to beg for forgiveness over iced tea? This seems more like humiliation than reconciliation. You're just trying to embarrass me.
Please show some respect when talking to your mother-in-law. I'm trying to facilitate reconciliation between you and my son. And you should appreciate it. I'm being a supportive mother-in-law. You should consider the impact of your actions.
How is any of this kind? You're asking me to humiliate myself. You want me to kneel in front of you and your son. It feels like a power struggle between you and James. I can't believe you'd say these things to me.
And I feel the same way about your behavior. It's disappointing to have to discuss this with you. Being disrespectful to my son is one thing, but talking to me like this as well. I didn't want to do this, but it might be time for an ultimatum.
An ultimatum? What do you mean?
My husband has been following this conversation. He would like to have a word with you too. He believes he can provide some guidance on being a good partner.
This conversation has gone far enough, Patricia. I don't think I need or want to be part of this intervention.
No, it's essential that you participate. You might benefit from some advice from a mature perspective. Tears or not, let's work on resolving this situation. It's been a difficult situation for all of us.
I must say, this is quite unexpected. You're showing a different side of yourself. Still not considering an apology? It's remarkable how resolute you can be.
Oh, look who's talking. Over a simple iced tea bottle? For an entire week. You're the one being obstinate, not me.
How is any of that unreasonable? I have every right to feel upset. I'm doing this to help you become a better partner.
Oh, really? Is humiliating me teaching me to be a good spouse? That's a novel approach.
Ethel. How long do you plan to keep up this tough facade? Isn't it embarrassing? Or maybe that's why you won't apologize. You know you're at fault. You're ashamed to admit your mistake to your spouse. But are you sure you want to continue down this path? Don't come to me in tears when I decide to leave you for good.
I think you should stop talking before things get worse.
Why can't you show a bit more femininity? Maybe a little more submission? You won't go far in life with this attitude. I might need to find a new partner to replace you.
A new partner? Are you serious?
But that would be quite a setback for you, wouldn't it? You've been a homemaker all these years. Without me, you'd have nothing.
Excuse me.
Oh, come on, we both know it's the truth. You can maintain your current lifestyle because I, your husband, provide for you. Without me, you're nobody. Once I leave you, you're just an unemployed person.
You're unbelievable.
But I know you wouldn't want to end up like that. So, apologize to me. Now. I won't be the one suffering from this divorce. If you apologize to me now, I'll reconsider coming back to you.
And where do you plan on coming back to, exactly?
Ha!
You've been talking about coming back for a while. Where are you planning to come back to? Are you planning to return to your mother's house? In that case, go right ahead.
What kind of foolish joke is that?
I'm serious. There's nowhere for you to return to.
What do you mean? What's all this talk about?
I've already signed the divorce papers and completed the process. I've already packed up and moved out. There's no place for you to return to. No home. No spouse. Nothing.
What on earth? What are you saying? You signed the divorce papers?
Yes.
And you got rid of our house?
Indeed, I ended the lease recently. I've also placed your belongings in temporary storage near our place. It's only for a month, so you might want to retrieve your items during this time.
Are you kidding me? This is a joke, right? If it is, well done, you got me.
We're already divorced, so I couldn't care less about who you marry next. We're done, James. I wish you all the best. Goodbye.
Goodbye? You can't just say goodbye like that. What have you done? Tell me what you've done, Ethel.
I already explained it. I signed the divorce papers that you left at our place last week. I got them processed. I terminated the lease and moved to a new apartment.
What do you mean you submitted the divorce papers? Do you mean the ones I left at our place last week? Are you telling me you actually submitted them?
Yes, I did exactly what you told me to do. You said if I couldn't apologize, I should go through with a divorce, right? I must admit I felt a bit embarrassed when I handed them in at the district office. The clerk there said, "Oh, you're his wife. Thanks to you, we became quite famous at the office."
I don't understand. Stop joking around.
It's because of you, James. You've been going to the office every single month to get divorce papers. Apparently, everyone at the office was wondering when I'd finally submit the papers. They were all waiting for this day to come.
What the heck?
And don't even think about asking me to undo the divorce. The paperwork has already been processed, and there's no turning back now.
No! Why did you do that? This can't be happening.
Anyway, farewell. I hope you have a long, joyful life with your family.
Hold on a minute, Ethel. Who do you think you are? How dare you file for divorce without James's consent? I've never heard of something so selfish.
There's nothing selfish about this. James was the one who initiated the divorce in the first place. I simply followed his instructions.
Excuse me?
He told me to sign the papers and finalize the divorce. If I wouldn't apologize. So that's what I did.
Don't act clever with me. Why can't you just apologize? This situation was clearly your fault. You were the one who couldn't listen to your husband. You're the one who upset him in the first place. This mess is of your making.
I did nothing wrong. It's his fault for overreacting over a bottle of iced tea. He's the one who served me with signed divorce papers over something so trivial.
How dare you insult my son?
But he's acting foolish, really foolish.
Ethel, stop this. This is completely unacceptable. Do you not understand how rude and selfish you're being right now? You're so stubborn, it's unbelievable. I have never heard of a wife divorcing her husband without prior discussion. This is unacceptable. If you thought you could get away with this, you're wrong. I will not allow you to proceed.
I didn't go alone, though.
Then who did you go with?
I didn't tell James about this, but I didn't submit the divorce papers on my own. I went with your husband.
What are you talking about? You went with Dan? Why would he go with you?
Yes, I went with your husband, James's dad. We submitted our papers together. It would have been difficult to do it alone. But having your husband there reassured me.
What? What are you saying? I don't understand. Why would he go with you? What are you talking about?
Oh, no, he didn't accompany me. He was filing his divorce papers. So we just decided to go together.
I'm so confused. That makes no sense.
Yes, we went together to submit our divorce papers. I finalized my divorce with James. And, I guess, your husband finalized his divorce with you.
Why would he do that?
It looks like your divorce was processed too. Congratulations! You're finally free.
There's nothing to congratulate here. Why would Dan file for a divorce? That makes no sense. It's impossible. He wouldn't leave me.
I'm sorry to inform you, but it's definitely possible.
How? Why? What are you trying to say? Why would he want to leave me? We don't argue like the two of you do.
It sounded like he was so fed up with you that he couldn't even be bothered to argue.
You're lying. That's not true.
Do you recall your husband's visit last week? He came to discuss marriage and the expectations of a good wife. I expected him to confront me about James, but I was mistaken. Instead, we discussed ending our respective marriages.
That can't be. You're lying. Tell me the truth.
Your husband was understanding and supportive. He emphasized the importance of mutual respect in a relationship. And that if that foundation is eroding, it's best to end it sooner rather than later.
Oh my God, this can't be happening.
Then he revealed he'd been contemplating leaving you for some time. He's decided to file for divorce. He thought it would be best for both of us. You know?
But why would he want to divorce me? I don't understand.
He confided in me about everything. The things you've said and done to him over the years, you really hurt him. He mentioned you saying things like, "Maybe I'll file for divorce like James if I don't get my way." And telling him, "Maybe I'll find a new husband." It seemed like you were influenced by James, right?
But those were just jokes. I didn't mean them seriously.
He felt genuinely hurt. He loved you, but you took his feelings lightly. He also grew tired of how much you favored James. It appears he's been worn out by the marriage for a while now.
But it was all in good fun. Can't he take a joke? I was just playing around because James always talks about divorce. It wasn't meant to be serious.
You may have meant it as a joke, but those words genuinely hurt your husband. This is the consequence of treating someone so carelessly.
I can't believe this is happening. He wouldn't leave me over something so trivial.
I thought the same way. James wants to leave me over something as small as iced tea?
Where's Dan? Do you know where he is? I haven't seen him since early this morning.
I think he's moved into his new place. He mentioned finding a nice bachelor pad in town.
A bachelor pad. He moved out.
Anyway, I wish you and your son a happy life. You two are a good match. Your husband and I will move forward and live our separate lives. I want no further involvement with you or James. Please don't contact me again.
Wait, please, Ethel. How can I get Dan to forgive me?
Why would I tell you anything?
I genuinely meant everything as a joke. I never meant any of it seriously. Can you at least tell me where Dan is? I need to apologize to him. He must know I was joking. Was he genuinely upset? Do you think he'd forgive me if I apologized?
I have no idea, and I don't care. If you're desperate, perhaps you should apologize sincerely.
How could you suggest that?
Don't you recall what you told me last week? You mentioned that if a wife disrespects her husband, she should apologize sincerely. Isn't that what you said?
Ethel, please don't leave me hanging like this. I need your help to win my husband back.
I need to go now. I have other commitments. By the way, I don't know your ex-husband's new address. Good luck with that.
Those divorce papers don't mean anything. I've obtained a new marriage certificate for us. Let's consider remarriage, just you and me. What are your thoughts?
Oh my God, what are you talking about now?
We've been through a divorce, but we can work on that. How about we get married again? I'm not upset about you finalizing the divorce without my consent. So, shall we reunite, alright? I'm open to taking you back if you're open to change.
Why would I ever want to reunite with you?
Oh, come on, don't be so unfeeling. I believe you still have feelings for me.
That's amusing. Do you seriously think I still love you?
It's only been a couple of days since you signed the divorce papers. We spent a decade in marriage. We had some good moments, right? Those don't fade away so easily. Right? You still have affection for me, don't you?
You don't get to bring that up. You forfeited that right long ago. I have no love left for you. Those 10 years mean nothing to me. All that remains is resentment. You're pitiful, and I despise you.
Why are you acting this way? How could you dismiss our marriage so casually, after all we've been through?
You deserve everything I'm about to say. I endured your irrational, childish anger for years. Every time you got angry, you'd threaten me with divorce and make me apologize. Do you have any idea how difficult that was for me?
Oh, come on, you're exaggerating. We can make this work. What do you say?
When your dad spoke to me, he rescued me from the torment I'd endured. He helped me realize that I deserve better and gave me the strength to leave you. I don't want you in my life. In fact, I don't need you anymore.
Don't say that. Ethel, please, I'm begging you. Don't do this to me.
You can't even make iced tea for yourself. Can't you see how pitiful you've become? If you can't even manage something as basic as that, why don't you spend the rest of your life drinking stale tap water? James is still residing with his mother in their family home. However, it seems that his mother isn't managing household chores as effectively as I used to. Now that Patricia has to depend on James's meager income, the two of them are under an immense amount of stress, leading to constant conflicts between them. They frequently exchange threats of severing ties with each other. But deep down, they both realize that they can't manage independently, so it remains mere talk. Their ongoing arguments have become the hot topic of discussion in town. Meanwhile, Dan is savoring the single life to the fullest. He was generous enough to help me secure a full-time job. So things are going smoothly for me,